Raspberry menthol. OTTO line made by Toque. I am Snuff Anybody. This is the McFeegle Show. That was the jingle. This is the snuff. Let's look what's inside the tin. Okay, here is snuff and the lid. And away goes the lid. So, the snuff is the same color as the Chancellor and Glacier. It's a nice dark chocolatey color. It's well oiled, has good moisture, maybe a little less clingy than the two others, but still very nice. And a good bump out on the paper. And as you can see, the grind is medium at this moisture level. Yeah, a beautiful snuff, very enticing, and looks like a dead easy sniff. Well, let's do the review, boys. And that does look delicious, doesn't it? But let's get on with it. So, the tin note. It's fully ripe raspberry. With a hint of something green or herbal. Green leaves. The slightest hint of menthol in the tin note. But what really hits you from the start is that almost to the point of overly ripe raspberry, and then something green, and we'll take a very big pinch. Cheers, boys. Menthol at first, not too much, but menthol at first. Cooling sensation in your nose, and then the fruit starts sneaking up on the menthol. It is subdued in comparison to the tin note. The fully ripe raspberry is not as pronounced in the nose as it is in the tin. But it's still there. It's good. And you also get that hint of green leaves. It's almost like it's the full raspberry bush. Both fruit and leaves at the same time. And you could almost say that the menthol kind of hints of the fresh air around the bush. Can I say that? Yeah, I'll say that. Around the bush. And with the snuff in the nose, and then you do the tin note again, the green leaves are more pronounced now. But the fruit is still there. I have not detected any either forward or backward drip. The menthol doesn't really sneak down your throat unless you do, you know, the kind of snuffling. Then you do get a wee bit of it to your throat, but it doesn't go way back and it doesn't go all the way. It's pleasant, but I will say it like this. I am not a great fan of most fruit snuffs. I do like this. It is the best raspberry I've encountered at this point. And except for the quality, which really is good, don't get me wrong here. I understand why Toque wanted to make such a good raspberry. I'm just not sure on why Toque thought they needed another raspberry snuff in their repertoire. With this, they've got 4, and 2 of them, now 3, are menthols. So, I'm just not sure why. But their choice, their snuff. And I absolutely love the grind. I like the fact that it's oiled in the Schmeissler Germanic style. And you can take loads and loads of big bumps. And the high quality of the tobacco means that there is nicotine. There's plenty of nicotine. Again, I will judge it above medium. That's as good as I can do. It doesn't leave me hanging and craving more nicotine. It's good. The scent lasts longer than other Toque flavors. It's not one of these where the raspberry just completely disappears within seconds of the first pinch. If you just stay indoors and don't change your air environment, it's a 5, maybe 6, 7 minute snuff. Concerning the raspberry, the menthol will last you a little bit longer. The base tobacco doesn't make itself present in any way. Doesn't matter if it's inside or outside. If you do change your air environment, take it outside in the cold air, you do get a revival of the raspberry, which is good. But as I say, I can't detect the base tobacco in any way. And from the description, the finest air-dried, stemless tobacco. I would have wished to have been able to taste the tobacco. But the tobacco does its trick. It's the... what's it called? I don't know. The medium for the raspberry and the menthol, and that it does very well. It is clearly a snuff you could start your snuffing experience with. This is truly a beginner snuff. Have a go at it. Sorry, excuse me. I'm only going to give it a 4 on my scale from 1 to 5. And I'm only going to not call it a 5 because I want to taste tobacco in my snuff as well. That's basically it. The best raspberry snuff I've encountered. But I miss the tobacco. I'm Snuff Anybody, and that's all for me.